Thank you, Toastmaster Umamaheswari. Now I welcome Toastmaster Mohan to present his speech. Toastmaster Mohan, twist of fate. Twist of fate, Toastmaster Mohan. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohan.
Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guest, good morning. This is Mohan Sundaram. Uh, this is a story about the twist of the fate that literally changed my life and brought me here. I was born in a small village called Mahendravadi, a place where the Easty breathe and throw the stones. It's a um, it is a home of the beautiful single stone cave and the serene lake, both built by the great uh, the great Pallavas under the great Pallavas, the Magendravarman of the Pallava dynasties. When the lake is full, the reflection of the skies and trees make it look like something out of the paintings. So this is where my story begins. In my childhood, I used to ride a bicycles. So not many householders owned the bicycle at that times. So we used to uh, we used to buy the bicycle on the rented and enjoy the ridings for 1 to 2 minutes. Sorry, 1 to 2 hours. Though it was a small joy, we enjoyed it and it felt amazing. I completed my graduation in computer science engineering. At first, uh, At first, the job search was quite difficult, but I didn't give up. I finally got my job in 2015 as a quality analyst in Kevin Tech Software Private Limited. Now, I'm currently working as a performance engineer in Anubhavam Technologies Private Limited. I'm married. I have one daughter, and whose name is Bhuvanika. And truth be told, that she is a little mischief maker when she joins her hands with me. So my life and took an unexpected turn during my marriage time. So one of my friend and called me to play the cricket. So opposite team and arrived at 9:30 a.m. in the sunny days. So we won the toss and scored 68 for 3 runs, 68 for 3 in the 6 overs. So when the opposite team was around the corner to win the matches, 28 runs needed in the last 3 overs. I was fielding in the deep mid wicket. So when the batsman struck the ball, I was determined to catch it, and it was in between the my colleague uh, and me. So I ran towards it. Then it happened. I slipped, and then I got my leg twisted. I couldn't get up immediately. The people around the playground and my friends were quite nervous, but there was no blood on the turf. The pain was internal, and throughout the night, I felt the profound pain in my leg. The next day, I visited the doctor, and the MRI scan revealed that there was a major tear in both front and back of my knees. I was really shocked. I don't know what to do next because my marriage was round the corner, just 1 month away. I explained everything to the woman I was going to marry. She supported me. It gave me a strength. In the meantime, I couldn't I couldn't fold my legs quite comfortably. I felt the pain, and that was beyond anything I had never imagined. I I taught myself to fold my legs, and then so after completing my marriage, I went through the surgeries. I walk uh, I walked using a crutches. It took me 6 months to recover from the surgeries. So this is my lowest point of my life. So during the time, I felt really frustrated, alienated from the world around me. In that stillness, something began to happen. To shun the loneliness and the frustrations. So I decided to read a books. At first, I read a one pages, then one pages turned to the chapters. Then it became a new world. When the life slows you down, it might be preparing you for something better. Through this process, I discovered that I was terrible at the public speakings. I even talked to my colleague and my family members. I wanted to change that. So I searched the internet and it provides me the various options. I searched the Toastmaster platforms. So I joined the Toastmaster club, and that was a Medley Toastmaster club. So it was quite nearby. So when I was living in the Chennai, at first they welcomed me with a warm hand, and I I tried the 4 trial meetings and then understand the process of how it goes, the meeting, how they conducted the meetings, and the positive feedback and energies, and it all felt that it is a place where I could grow. So in that process, I even got an opportunity to take up the leadership roles. Then the pandemic came, everything moves to the online. It disturbed the balance between the work and life, so I had to take a break. Now I'm here. I want to reclaim the voice once I lost. I want to become a public speaker and confident speaker among my colleagues and in the professional places. For me, Toastmaster is not just a platform, it is a place of transformations. Thank you, and over to the TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. Thanks for giving such a beautiful intro.
Our evaluation report for the first icebreaker speech from Toastmaster Mohan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and especially my target speaker, Toastmaster Mohan. What a speech, what an icebreaker speech you gave. For us to know who Toastmaster Mohan is, that was really wonderful, and I thoroughly enjoyed this speech, especially the word usage and a typical vocabulary. I can able to see a good vocabulary in your speech, the way you use your hand gestures to add flavor to your speech, and the flow of the speech is very good. I kind of see that you are taking efforts, taking steps to become a good speaker, and I can see that in your speech. And it was a good ending with a good start. But since this is your icebreaker speech, I have a couple of suggestions for you to make your speech in a good way. I have split up the suggestion into two. One, my suggestions, and second, some brownie points. So like good to have points, which will make your speech even more better. First, let us see the good to have points. One is your virtual background. As a speaker, I strongly suggest whenever you're giving speech, kindly avoid virtual background, because you have a problem of suddenly your hands getting disappeared, or when you turn, your face might get half disappeared, and so that might distract the audience. They will never listen to your speech. They might distract at that point. So kindly avoid virtual background. Second, when you started your speech, you said there is a story on the fist of fate, and then you started your introduction. This will be like a normal start where might people get bored. When you start the speech with a question, fist of fate, have you ever heard the story? When you ask this question and start your speech, people might get interested. What is this question is all about? And they will try to listen to you more, and that will help your speech will become better. Now coming to some of my sessions, I kind of felt your eyes are moving up slightly whenever you're thinking. So you can try to avoid that gesture. Don't try to look up when you're thinking what to talk next. And second, I kind of felt you're a bit nervous. Of course, this is an icebreaker speech, the very first speech. People might become nervous, but try to become more casual. How I'm saying you're nervous is, that is why you can have a beautiful smile in your face whenever you're talking. So especially when you said you started reading books, the minutes went to hours and it opened up a new world. That was like an experience, something like how in the Ratatouille, the rat used to say, right, eat something and something will explode in your brain. That is an experience, right? You can say that experience with a smile. That will make people to follow you. And I kind of felt a small chronological order mismatch in your speech. You spoke about your wife and your children, and then you jumped to your situation where you had the cricket match before your marriage. Either you spoke about that and you can go to your family, or what I suggest is, I'm saying about your wife and kids, you can say like, yeah, let me share one for my marriage. That statement will never make us confused. So the chronological order is very much important. And I kind of felt there is a small present past confusion in your speech. This is a very common mistake we all people used to do. Especially the point you said, this is the lowest point in my life. Actually, it should be, this was the lowest point in my life. The previous statement was in past tense. This statement is in present tense. The next statement was in past tense. That confusion will always make us to get confused. So overall, my suggestion is, try to improve your eye contact. Don't try to look up Try to smile when you speak. Check on the chronological order and this present past confusion. And one general suggestion, if you're using any additional tools to improve your speech, don't use complete set of words that it is suggesting, because it might go off the track. Try to use the general words which we normally use, which will help make your speech even more flavorful. And all the very best for your upcoming speeches. Over to this general evaluator.